He's undefeated in his young campaign to the squared circle. The popular media sensation and the undefeated boxer known as Jake Paul.
Okay, you're gonna beat this kid, Jake Paul?
Very badly.
That is what you call a turning point, folks. Okay, a minute and a half left here in round 5, and Jake's looking for the finish.
Promising that this one will not. That was a shot. Capital task, the referee.
This man on the planet.
Jake is done. Well, he's punches and bunches. He throws missiles, not just one bomb, freaking one after the other. Cuss would say he moved his head so great, the guy couldn't hit him with a machine gun.
Hey, listen, nobody's a perfect expert with two people in the ring. Anything can happen, destiny's involved. I don't look at this like it's gonna be easy fight. This guy is gonna be prepared. I'm prepared for it. I'm training extremely hard, yeah. Well, I like him, but in this particular fight, he has to go. I started Jake Paul off. On my fight with Roy Jones, I allowed him to fight on the card, and I decided I started him, and I'm gonna finish him. I don't look at myself as a middle-aged man. I feel really good. And when you're in the top physical and spiritual shape, you hear and notice everything. Highest form of relaxation.
But you'd fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'll fight a lion if the price is right.
How about me and Mike?
Water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim. And this is to make history. You know, people think I'm gonna get knocked out by this strong, powerful guy. All the people in my comments saying, look at his power, he's gonna get KO'd. People are yelling at me in the event. But what happens when I put this man to sleep? This shit is not a joke. He's saying that it's gonna be my funeral. He's saying it's gonna be my wake. He's gonna kill Jake Paul, all of these things. And that's why I love Mike, I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're gonna see who's dead.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live.
Boxer.
Yeah.
Terrifying, you know. Even when I met him at one point backstage at the stadium at a fight, and I was like, I'm still terrified of you from watching you, you know. But then that guy he started becoming, where he became more explorative and he was looking into what, you know, the meaning of life and you know, having a smoke every now and then and stuff like that, you know. I was like, I'm enjoying this, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, I'm liking the
58-year-old men are 58-year-old men no matter what they look like.
Right.
And Jake Paul is a 28-year-old athlete in the film.
So, let's see what this press conference delivers. We know the fight is a joke.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live.
And I'm happy that I was able to the ring with so many legendary fighters. You know, to become a great fighter, you had to become great, you had to fight great fighters, you had to fight good fighters. So I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the certain guys that paved the way for me today.
58-year-old men are 58-year-old men no matter what they look like.
Right.
And Jake Paul is a 28-year-old athlete in the prime of his life.
I'm beautiful, and I've been training for a while, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I'm just asking when you get into camp.
I'm okay to fight.
But when you get into camp, like when?
I'm in camp right now.
Very good, thank you.
I'm in camp right now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
I love you, Mike.
Same.
And I'm very nervous for you.
Thank you for caring.
I do care. I care about you. And I care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now. And it's ruthless, Mike.
I agree. It's pretty cool.
It's cool. It's so cool to watch. And he's really crushing it. And I just feel like I want you to be okay in there, Mike.
Today, we're diving into a matchup that has the internet buzzing like a beehive on caffeine. Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul. Yes, you heard it right. The man who once made opponents question their life choices is now set to throw down with the YouTube star turned wannabe boxer. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride filled with sarcasm, excitement, and a dash of disbelief. All right, let's kick things off with a quote from the man himself, Mike Tyson. He's been in the spotlight, doing interviews and sharing his thoughts about the upcoming fight. And let me tell you, it's both hilarious and intimidating at the same time.
Okay, you're going to beat this kid, Jake Paul?
Very badly.
Here's what he had to say. Okay, you're going to beat this kid, Jake Paul, very badly. I don't look at this like it's going to be an easy fight. This guy is going to be prepared. I'm not, but I'm prepared for it. Training extremely hard. Now, let's pause right there. First off, did Mike just admit he's not prepared? I mean, this is the same guy who once said he'd fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. But sure, let's be honest about it, Mike. Meanwhile, he's out here training harder than ever. This kid, Jake Paul, better watch out. Iron Mike is coming in hot. Then Mike adds, yeah, well, I like him. But in this particular fight, he has to go. Now, hold on a second. Mike, you like him? Are we sure you're not talking about your pet tiger from back in the day? Because, honestly, there's nothing about Jake Paul that screams likable in a boxing ring. This is a guy who made his name on YouTube, and now thinks he can take on one of the most fearsome fighters in history. You have to admire the audacity, though. I mean, who doesn't love a good underdog story? Tyson continues, I started Jake Paul off on my fight with Roy Jones. I allowed him to fight on the card, and I decided to start him, and I'm going to finish him. Wow, Mike. You're like the father figure of boxing, grooming little Jake for this moment. But really, finish him? I can already picture it, Jake, with his big dreams of being a champion, realizing he's in way over his head. It's like watching a toddler try to ride a bike without training wheels. Spoiler alert, it doesn't end well. Then there's this gem, I don't look at myself as a middle-aged man. I feel really good when you're in the top physical and spiritual shape. I mean, that's great, Mike. But I also don't think anyone's questioning your physical shape. You're Mike Tyson. You could probably still knock out a grizzly bear. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is out here flexing for Instagram like he's on a tropical vacation, thinking that'll help him in the ring. Spoiler alert, it won't. Tyson goes on to say, hey, listen, nobody's a perfect expert with two people in the ring. Anything can happen. Destiny's involved. Ah yes, destiny. That magical force that we all hope is on our side during a big fight. But let's be real, unless destiny is packing a punch, it's not going to help Jake here. This isn't some fairy tale where the underdog magically rises to the occasion. This is a boxing match against one of the most feared fighters in history.
But you'd fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'll fight a lion if the price is right. How about me and Mike?
Then we get to the juicy part. Tyson responds to a question about fighting Tyson Fury. Yeah, I'll fight a lion if the price is right. Can we take a moment to appreciate that response? A lion? Seriously, Mike? At this point, it feels like he's just daring anyone to step up. Come at me, bro. It's like he's challenging the universe itself. Meanwhile, Jake is just trying to figure out how to stay upright in the ring. And then Tyson nails it with this line. All he does is throw punches and bunches. He throws missiles, not just one bomb. Freaking one after the other. Wow, Mike. A metaphor for Jake's boxing style, or just a savage roast. Because let's be honest, Jake's punches look more like they belong in a toddler's boxing match than in the squared circle with Iron Mike. And let's not forget Tyson once knocked out opponents with a single blow. Tyson's confidence is palpable. Coos would say he moved his head so great the guy couldn't hit him with a machine gun. Ah, Cus Diamato. If he could see Tyson now, I bet he'd be shaking his head in disbelief at the thought of Jake Paul stepping into the ring with his prodigy. I mean, come on. Do people forget who Iron Mike Tyson is? He's a savage who used to play with full-grown tigers. This isn't just a man, this is a legend with a legacy. And he's ready to add Jake Paul's name to the list of people he's knocked out. Now, after all that hype, I've got to ask, are you as hyped as I am to see Jake Paul get flattened? Hit like if you're ready for the show, and let's hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Mike stands a chance against today's top heavyweights? Because if he can knock out a social media star with one punch, I think he's got a shot. So here we are, folks, leading up to what could be one of the biggest moments in boxing history. Picture this, the lights dim, the crowd roars, and in one corner, we have Mike Tyson, Iron Mike himself, the man, the myth, the legend. And in the other corner, we have Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed problem child who has somehow convinced himself that he can take on the heavyweight king. Let's break this down. Betting odds aside, it feels like an adult versus a child in this matchup. The last time I checked, Mike Tyson could probably knock Jake out with a single sneeze, but here we are. The kid is strutting around like he owns the place, probably thinking he's going to pull off an upset. As we approach fight night, I can only imagine what it's going to be like in the arena. Will Jake come in with his usual bravado, or will he finally realize he's outmatched? I can see the commentators now, struggling to find words to describe the impending destruction. Let's talk about the press conference. You know it's going to be gold. Jake will probably try to trash talk, throwing out lines like, "I'm going to beat the legendary Mike Tyson," while Mike just sits there smirking like he's heard this all before. I mean, come on. He's not just a fighter, he's a living legend. And once the dust settles and the smoke clears, what will we say? Will we see a humbled Jake Paul, licking his wounds and realizing that maybe he should stick to YouTube? Or will we witness a resurgent Mike Tyson, ready to take on whatever comes next in his storied career? One thing is for sure, Mike Tyson's legacy is already cemented in history. Whether he wins or loses against Jake, he's still Iron Mike. Meanwhile, Jake is still trying to figure out how to tie his boxing gloves. The real question is, can Mike capitalize on this opportunity to remind everyone why he's still a force to be reckoned with? As we gear up for this epic showdown, remember to keep your popcorn ready and your opinions flowing. I want to hear from you. Do you think Jake stands a chance? Or is Mike going to show him what it means to step into the ring with a real heavyweight? Let's get those comments rolling. And that's a wrap for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep your gloves up and your sarcasm sharper than ever.
One of the most devastating heavyweight KO punchers of all times, Iron Mike Tyson.
Count to 10, y'all two are the judges. Let's touch them up. Luke, when are you ready? Buck!
And we've had an accidental headbutt. I heard
Jake Paul seems pretty relaxed. Okay, because I'm like, you can't run in this.
I don't want any more of this.
Mike Tyson is out there fighting right now.
Yep.
You still got it?
Well, there's a double, triple jab with Mike Tyson.
He does.
Referee encouraging them. Two legends left.
Must be a round
hostile task. The referee will have to really be on the.
I like a body. Then that left hook kind of landed. That was a shot.
Right hand, maybe the side of the back, straight Paul up.
Oh, right hand to the body. Another hip hop OG Snoop Dogg. And look at this. Oh,
nice combination.
A little bit.
A little uppercut from Jake Paul. Back
Too slow on his feet. Well, he was already cut up right there.
Yeah, that was
a nice 1-2 there. That was a solid 1-2 by.
Forward remains. Just clocked 1 minute rounds.
So Willie just doesn't seem comfortable in there. He took a right hand from
liver and upstairs with that left hook, and there's a little of that bobbing weaving, of course.
Good exchange there in the inside. That was a pretty good uppercut, but that was pretty.
Up and not take no big hits, but keep it in tight like that.
But is it entertaining and exciting for?
He can't let Mike get.